peoples? It's your boy E here, man. And look, man, people be. What I've really realized about people nowadays is people be trying to pull you into their drama, into their bullshit, into the conversation that they want to have talking about somebody else. And it's like people have been doing. I've been noticing that with people nowadays, man. Like they really be trying to pull you into their drama or into a mindset, a mind state of feeling a certain way about somebody that they feel. And when people tell you some shit, they only tell you pieces of shit. They don't tell you the whole situation. They ain't gonna tell you. They gonna tell you everything that makes the other person looks bad and make you want to talk about that person, make you want to feel some sort of way about that person. You know what I'm saying? So they basically trying to encourage and influence you to start to feel a certain way about somebody else. And I get that too. Now I'm starting to really get that. I'm really starting to see how people do that. And they mainly achieve this by omitting shit, by telling you certain things about a person and leaving out the things that could not make that person look so bad, and on the other hand kind of make them look bad in a way. You know what I'm saying? They gonna tell you every damn thing, you know what I'm saying, about the situation, because they know, because there's a certain energy that they have towards a person, and they want you to carry that same energy, the same energy that they hold for that person. So they're gonna tell you everything that they need to tell you to invoke those feelings into you. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna tell you something that's gonna take those feelings away. No, everything that they're telling you about the situation, about the person, is going to it's meant to make you feel the way they feel about the person, or to give you that sort of energy towards that person. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, they don't never tell you the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? And I notice people be doing that shit, dog, a lot. I've seen it happen lately a few times. It's happened a few times. It's happened at work. One time it happened with my brother. Well, it didn't happen every here and there with my brother girlfriend, but I've had it happen a lot of times in life. It's happened a lot of times in life, man. But yeah, those are the two recent ones that I had happen. Like at work, it be people, you know what I'm saying, it be dudes at work, and they be talking about this one cat at work, and they always talking about how he be kissing the boss's ass and shit like that, because they let him go out early to go make his money, or you know what I'm saying, they give him certain positions to where he's signing people in when that's not really his job, but he do other shit though. See, the part that they be leaving out is, this man comes to work early as hell though. This man comes to work early as hell. He comes before everybody else gets to work. And he'll help them he'll help them go pick up beer and shit and bring it back. He actually put in the initiative to get certain special treatments from them. He's always over there talking to them, trying to get to know them. That's called networking. You know what I'm saying? You can't really be mad because he's kind of close to the boss man. You know what I'm saying? He's not their kinfolk, he's not their family, but he's close to them. You can't really be mad at him for actually having that position when he actually takes time to make the initiative to have this sort of relationship with this person. So like they might be saying one thing, but I also see why he does have it. So it's like I don't be want to say nothing. So they'll say some shit and be talking about he be kissing asshole and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I probably chuckled one or two times at some shit they said because it sounded funny, just the way they said it. But for the most part, I'm like, hey, well, look, y'all, I ain't a part of this shit. This y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about this. I ain't finna be talking about the man like y'all talking about him. Because it ain't my business. I don't care. And for one, it's hating. You really just hating on the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you really just hating on him. You know what I'm saying? Really. Because it's, like I say, he actually does things to get the certain treatment that he gets. So it's not like he's just getting it because they just see him. Maybe they're racist towards you. No, it ain't none of that. It's just he he's networking with them and he's doing things to actually get that type of treatment, you feel me? So he's putting in the work, he's putting his best foot forward, and you know what I'm saying, and you can't be mad at that. So so I don't be tripping like that. That's why I have to excuse myself, because I'm like, I'm not gonna be a part of I ain't gonna be a part of talking down on a nigga when a nigga making the initiative. And like with my brother's girlfriend, like lately, this has happened with her. It's happened with her a lot, but she always get into my brother at some point in time, and she be wanna, and the energy she have for him, she loves to come to try to bring it to me. Well, not as far as like give me that energy, but be wanna talk stuff about my brother, and telling me everything he did bad and how he should have did this, he didn't do that, and be wanting me like I'm supposed to be. I'm not trying to be in the middle of y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? And she loves to try to put me in that situation, and I don't give her much. You know what I'm saying? She'll say that, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I ain't trying to be in the middle of y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? And I try to cut that shit short so we don't have to go into that, because I notice she do be trying to get me to get involved, or at least, put my input on it. I'm not finna do all that, because, see, one thing about you and him, I know one thing is, it ain't just him, it's also you too. It's both of y'all. Y'all both be having y'all moments of doing some whole ass shit or doing some fucked up shit to each other. So it's not even just one of y'all. But at the same time, I do know that she's not gonna tell me everything about the situation. You know what I'm saying? She gonna tell me what she want me to hear to feel a certain way towards my brother. Like she gonna say he ain't do all this, he don't be doing none of that. He always over, he ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? She gonna tell me all of that shit to try and trigger my mind and trigger my energy to feel like have that energy towards him. But I can't, cause see, that's the thing you gotta realize is people be trying to have you take on an energy that doesn't even belong to you, that you should even carry, that you might not even need to have, because it might not be true. You know what I'm saying? Because people love omitting the story, omitting what it is that they're saying about a person. They're gonna leave some things out. They're gonna say some things that might be true, but it might be a reason why that's true and a valid reason for it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's always something that they leave out and they don't tell you. You know what I'm saying? And I've had her do that before. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something about my brother. Then when I tell him, he like, oh, well, she tripping because of this and this and this and that. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense why she would trip like that, but it also makes sense why this is like this. So you're trying to make it seem like you're trying to erase certain parts so it can look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I know that she do that a lot, man. She even called today, ain't gonna lie, she called today trying to talk about some shit about him, and telling me that she gonna come over here in a week and pick up all her shit, cause her and him and all. I'm like, I don't want to hear all that shit, man, because you and him be back and forth all day long. Y'all always talk that shit. Y'all always say y'all gonna break up, but then before I know it, you back in that nigga arms and happy and smiling, and ain't nothing wrong now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what's the point of me even getting involved or even putting any input on any of this shit? Why should I even allow myself to get sucked into that, knowing that this is just something y'all do? Y'all know who y'all got with. He know who he got with. She know who she got with. So the things you complaining about are the things you already knew this person was like before you got with him. You know what I mean? Before you decided to move in or whatever with him. You know what I'm saying? You be knowing this shit. And the thing is, you just want somebody to have company with you in this misery that you having with this person. And the thing is, I don't carry nobody else's misery, man, and I don't like to have company with misery. Misery is not something I'm fond of, you know what I'm saying? If it's some happiness and coolness and laughing type shit, I can have company with that type shit, but I don't need none of that other shit, you know what I'm saying? All the other shit, you know what I'm saying, you can sweep that shit under the rug somewhere, and you know what I'm saying, but I'm not finna fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? And so, I'm just saying this because I just realized, man, this is just something that I tend to see a lot, man. People be trying to pull you into their drama, into their bullshit, and they want you to have those same feelings for the person that they talking about. You know what I'm saying? And you can get pulled into that shit pretty easy if you're not careful. If you decide to weigh any of your opinion on it, it's you getting pulled in. If you have anything to say about it, you are getting pulled in. If you have to agree with that person and talking about that person, then yeah, you getting pulled into it. They like to pull you into their energy, man. But just be careful, man, because people love doing that. That misery love company, and they want you to, give them company in their misery. You feel me? So I'm just shooting it at y'all, man. Just something to think about, man. Just something I just had to see going on in my life. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna sign on off this thing, man. Let me know how y'all feel, alright? But anyways, I holla. Peace.